Welcome to The Buried Truth, where we uncover the shocking stories hidden just beneath the surface of everyday life. Today, we're heading to the heart of a picture-perfect Michigan suburb, a place where every home looked like it belonged on a postcard, with manicured lawns and smiling neighbors. Residents here believed they lived in one of the safest neighborhoods in America. They had no idea that sometimes the greatest danger hides behind the cleanest white picket fences. Our story centers on house number 47, the home of Daniel Mercer. At 36 years old, Daniel was an IT professional who mostly kept to himself. He wasn't particularly social, but he wasn't suspicious either. He was just that quiet neighbor, the one you'd nod to as you collected your mail, a harmless fixture in the background of suburban life. But as the sun went down and the neighborhood settled into a peaceful slumber, strange things began to happen at Daniel's house. Late at night, under the cover of darkness, some residents started noticing things they couldn't quite explain. Unmarked vans would pull up to the curb, often around 2 a.m, their headlights cutting through the silent street. Men would emerge, moving quickly and silently, carrying large plain boxes into the house. There was no conversation, no friendly chatter, just swift, focused movements. A few neighbors who lived close by also reported a persistent, low humming noise, a strange vibration that seemed to emanate from beneath the house. And then there was the basement window, the one facing the side yard. It was completely covered with thick metal plates, bolted securely from the inside. Most people shrugged it off. In a neighborhood this safe, your mind doesn't immediately jump to the worst-case scenario. Maybe he was a tech enthusiast building a home server. Maybe he had a side business. The explanations were easy to find if you weren't looking for trouble. But that all changed when a new neighbor, Emily Hartley, moved in next door. Emily wasn't just any neighbor. She worked in cybersecurity, spending her days tracking down digital criminals. And one evening, as she was taking out her trash, she saw one of the unmarked vans pull up to Daniel's house. As a man got out to carry a box, his face was briefly illuminated by a street lamp. Emily froze, heart pounded in her chest. She recognized him. It was a face she hadn't seen in years, but one she'd never forget, a known associate from a major online fraud investigation she had worked on early in her career. That single, chilling moment of recognition was enough. All the oddities, the late-night deliveries, the humming sound, the fortified windows suddenly clicked into place. This wasn't a hobby, it was something far more sinister. Trusting her professional instincts, Emily immediately contacted local authorities. Detailing her suspicions and the connection to her past case, she knew she couldn't ignore it. Armed with Emily's credible tip, the police obtained a search warrant. On a quiet Tuesday morning, as kids rode their bikes to school and residents headed to work, law enforcement descended on house number 47. The moment they breached the front door, the illusion of suburban calm was shattered into a million pieces. The inside of the house was eerily sparse. There was almost no furniture, no family photos, no signs that anyone actually lived there. It was just an empty, sterile shell. But the officer's attention was immediately drawn to one thing: the basement door. It wasn't a standard wooden door. It was reinforced with heavy steel plates and multiple industrial-grade locks. It was a door designed to keep people out, to keep something significant in. After forcing their way through, what they found in the basement revealed the real Daniel Mercer. This wasn't just a quiet guy's man cave. It was a fully operational high-tech cybercrime command center. The low humming noise the neighbors had heard was the sound of dozens of high-powered servers worry away as they processed stolen data. Racks of sophisticated computer equipment lined the walls, their blinking lights casting a cold digital glow on the concrete floor. The scene was something straight out of a movie. Investigators found stacks of stolen credit cards meticulously organized. They discovered binders filled with fake driver's licenses, each bearing Daniel's photo, but with different names and addresses. There were piles of counterfeit passports, ready to be used for illicit travel or to create new identities. In one corner, vacuum-sealed bags were stuffed with huge stacks of cash. And on the monitors, they found sophisticated software programs designed to break into secure bank accounts, intercept financial transactions, and steal personal information on a massive scale. The truth was staggering. Daniel Mercer wasn't just a small-time hacker operating from his parents' basement. He was the mastermind behind one of the largest and most sophisticated identity theft rings in the entire Midwest. And he was running this multi-million-dollar criminal enterprise from a quiet, unassuming home in a neighborhood where children played tag in the front yards. He had stolen millions of dollars, yes, but he had also destroyed countless lives. People who had their savings wiped out, their credit ruined, and their identities compromised. All because of the man who waved to them every morning. When news of the raid broke, the neighborhood was thrown into a state of shock and disbelief. The people who had lived next to Daniel for years were stunned. How could this have happened here? Some felt a deep sense of betrayal. They had shared a street, a community, with a man who was preying on innocent people. Others were terrified. They had slept soundly at night, believing they were safe, while a major criminal operation was humming away just a few feet from their homes. Daniel's entire persona had been a carefully constructed lie. His quiet, almost reclusive lifestyle, his polite morning waves, his non-threatening demeanor, it was all a brilliant camouflage. He had weaponized normalcy, using the peaceful backdrop of the suburbs to hide his dark and destructive work. He had fooled everyone, proving that the most dangerous monsters are often the ones who look just like us. But the truth, no matter how deeply it's buried, always finds a way to surface. In court, Daniel Mercer showed no emotion, no remorse for the lives he had shattered. The calm, detached man who had deceived an entire neighborhood remained stoic as the evidence was presented against him. He was ultimately convicted on multiple federal charges, including wire fraud, identity theft, and money laundering. His sentence ensures that he will spend the next several decades behind bars. A stark reminder that a quiet life doesn't always mean a clean one. The story of Daniel Mercer serves as a chilling lesson. It teaches us that we should never judge safety by silence, and that appearances can be profoundly deceiving. Sometimes, the most ordinary places, the ones we feel most secure in, are the very places that hide the darkest truths. Thank you for joining us on The Buried Truth. If you found this story as fascinating and unsettling as we did, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the hidden world of crime. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay safe and always stay curious.